Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, The Town Watch. My name is Josh Town. Thank you for stopping by today to this quick overview video of another watch from the Nodus micro brand. I have to tell you right at the outset that I am a fan of this brand Nodus. I actually owned one of their watches. I bought one of their field watches. I forget the exact name of it, but you can check out my video review of that watch right here. I ended up not keeping that watch, not because I didn't like it, not because it wasn't a quality piece. It was, and I did like that watch, but I just didn't feel like I connected with it as much as I wanted to. But even though that was the case, I've always liked what I've seen from Nodus, and now I'm glad to have another one of their watches in hand for a quick overview video today. This is not my watch, it's a loaner watch that Kevin from Wrong Time Watch sent over. I think this might be a part of a tour, perhaps from Random Rob. Sometimes I get confused when watches get passed around, so I'm not quite sure who to really shout out for this watch, but it is just here on the channel for a short time, so I can't really do a full review of it. But in this video today, we'll take a look at it. I'll share some of the specs and features about it. We'll get the dimensions, we'll get a wrist shot, and we'll get a lume shot before this quick video is out. But this is the Nodus Retrospect III. It's their latest retrospect model from the brand Nodus. And this is, I believe, the Arctic Sky dial colorway that is going on here. They have a number of different dial colors. You can check their website. Links are in the description below. But this is the Arctic Sky, and this one goes for $475, and I believe all of them do. You get an NH35 movement here. You get sapphire crystal, double domed, I believe. As you can see, there is AR coating on the underside of this watch. You get a ceramic bezel insert here on this model. And you can see that it has a slight slope inward, which is a really cool look. I really like that a lot. The bezel is also lumed. You get 200 meters water resistance here, and there is a 24-month warranty when you buy a watch from Nodus. Now there are some changes to the new Retrospect, which is this one right here. The bezel, they've made it bigger, so it's 42 millimeters, and we'll get some exact measurements here in a second. So the bezel is bigger than the previous models. They also upgraded the lume to X1 grade Super Luminova, and then they also added quick release spring bars for the bracelet, which is a nice touch as well. And then there's some other minor changes also. I believe the crown's a little bit bigger than previous models, but I'm really impressed by this piece. I have to say, guys, it is a gorgeous looking piece. I love that sandwich dial with those recessed markers that are down in there. Really, really beautiful, beautiful piece. That second hand goes all the way out there to the chapter ring and the tick marks that are there. This is just a really nice piece. I love the date at 3 or 6 o'clock, looking really, really legible and large. So a lot to love here, but let's break out the calipers, see what we're dealing with, see if those measurements are what they say they are. So you do get 42 millimeters at the bezel, and I believe the case itself, if I can get down in there, is a little bit smaller. I think comes in around 45 and a half or so. If I can really get that, let me turn this over for a second. Yeah, 40, a little over 40, the case itself, as you can see. Case thickness here is going to be coming in right about 14 millimeters or so, maybe a little bit less. Lug to lug distance at the lugs is 47.8. The bracelet does protrude slightly from those lugs, although it's not too bad. and that distance comes in to be about 50.6. You get a lug width here right at the lugs of looks like 22 millimeters, and tapers down here to about 18 millimeters. I do want to measure the crown as well, since they said that was a little bit larger than before. About 7.4 right there. So those are the dimensions. I mean, good dimensions. This thing feels really, really good on the wrist. You get drilled lugs here as well. And they also do throw in a nice textured rubber strap with these models this time around. So that is a nice touch too. Speaking of the strap and the bracelet, let me get a wrist shot right now. All right, here it is on my 6.5-inch wrists. Feels good, feels comfortable. The bracelet articulates nicely. You do get 3 micro adjusts on the clasp, which I can show you in a second. But this is a good looking piece, and I think it fits me pretty well. I'm going to throw it on the strap as well and show you that. Here it is on the supplied grayish colored rubber strap. Feels really comfortable. Doesn't look bad, but I would definitely wear this on the bracelet personally. But this strap is also nice, and it's nice to have the option. Nice solid signed buckle there as well. So just a little bit about the bracelet. You can see that it's a nice H-link bracelet. Nice satin brushing going on here. You do get a solid clasp here. Just a simple fold over with a couple push buttons, and you get 3 micro adjustments right there. Let me break out my UV flashlight and we'll charge it up and get a Lume shot. All right, this thing is glowing really, really nice after charging it up just for a few seconds. The upgraded Lume is coming in really, really good, and it's nice to have a lumed bezel. I always love that. And something pretty cool also, I think, is the lume around the date. I don't think I've seen that before. I'm not sure if it's completely pitch black that you'll be able to read the date, but at least you'll know right where it is, even if you can't read it. But pretty cool touch. I'm liking the lume on this. So after having this watch just for a short time, and again, this is not a full review, it's basically just an overview type video. But what are my likes and dislikes about this new Retrospect from the micro brand Nodus? Pretty much, I like everything about it, honestly. I couldn't think of any dislikes. This is a really great little dive watch. The design, I love it. I love that sandwich dial and those long triangle indices, markers there. Everything seems to be finished very, very nicely. I like the large legible date at the 6 o'clock position. The lume is great on this. For some reason, I like that inward sloping bezel that you get here. And that reminds me, I forgot to do the bezel action here. So let's get a little bit of that before we close out the video. Feels really, really good. Very satisfying clicking, good sound, and a good feel. So I like the bezel as well. Screw down crown, sign crown, large crown. I like a large crown, and just a lot to like about this watch. But you guys let me know down in the comments if you like it as much as I do. The price tag again is $475 on their website. I think that's a pretty fair price for what you're getting here. This is a really high quality micro brand diver. So if you've never checked out Nodus, I encourage you to do so. They're doing some good work. If you liked the video today, please let me know by leaving a like, and hit the like button extra hard if you like the watch as well. I appreciate that very much. But that's it for today's video here on the Town Watch. We'll see you next time.